When playing the different roles in Red Dead Online, there's often items you need to do certain activities or even earn more money. Sometimes actually figuring out what will be beneficial to buy could be a bit tricky, since there are so many cosmetic items hidden in these roles. Therefore, in today's video, I will go through the 5 essential items for each role in Red Dead Online. But before we get into the video, I just want to tell you guys about my personal channel where I upload similar content to this, just on GT Online instead of RDO. I post tutorials, how-to and guides on different things in GT Online. So if you are a Rockstar fan such as me and you play Red Dead Online and as well GT Online, I recommend to go over to Jonsi and give that a sub. And since you're already here on RDO, why not just subscribe to OpenVision as well? Anyway, getting back into the video. Right, so we will go through these roles in the order that they got released. Start, the Bounty Hunter, Collector and Trader released on the same update, so we will just start with the Bounty Hunter. And at number 1 at Bounty Hunter, I have a Bounty Wagon. In my opinion, the Bounty Wagon is the most essential thing you need with the Bounty Hunter, especially if you're playing solo. If you're playing in a posse, it may be a bit less essential to have, but I would still buy it. And the reason for the Bounty Wagon to be the essential item I recommend is because when you're doing big bounties, like 2, 3 or even 6 bounty targets, if you're just on your own horse, you can never do that. But if you have a Bounty Wagon, you could possibly do 2 or even 3 bounties alone, solo. Because when you have captured the bounty and you have thrown them in the back of your Bounty Wagon, they cannot escape. And they cannot escape like they do on your horse. They wiggle away and they run away. They cannot do that. They are trapped in the Bounty Wagon and you have captured them successfully. Only way I think they can, or you can fail the mission, is if the Bounty Wagon gets destroyed. But that's quite difficult. So therefore, if you use the Bounty Wagon, you can start doing 2 or 3 or 4 bounties missions, because you now can put them back into your wagon, and there's no cap on how many you can have here. You can have 6 bounties in if you want, but a 6 bounty target mission is very difficult to do solo, but it is possible to do because of the Bounty Wagon. With just a horse, you just can hold one person. Maybe you can lasso the other person to the sheriff, but yeah, it's not that great. Bounty Wagon is a must, in my opinion, with the Bounty Hunter. Next, we will go over to the Collector. And with the Collector, I was thinking a bit, because firstly, I was thinking to maybe take the John Robke map, interactive Collector map that John Robke made, but that really wouldn't be an item inside of the game, because it is a map you find on Google. However, it is very beneficial. However, that is an honorable mention. But the item I have chosen, or items, because it's actually 2, I couldn't choose between them, it is the Metal Detector and the Pennington Field Shovel. The Metal Detector is essential for finding collectibles underground, such as coins. If you don't have the Metal Detector, you cannot find metal parts or metal collectibles underground. And this is where the Pennington Field Shovel comes in, because if you find the collectible with the Metal Detector, how can you dig it up if you don't have a shovel? So the Collector Shovel, or the Pennington Field Shovel, works hand in hand with the Metal Detector finding collectibles underground. If you want to do coin sets and stuff like that, you need these 2. These are essential for many of the collector sets that you do with the Collector, so I do recommend to buy both of these. Yeah. Next role is the Trader. And with the Trader, again, I couldn't choose which one I wanted to choose, because both of these are very, very good, not only for the role itself, but for many other stuff. The items I've chosen is the Hunting Wagon and the Bolt Action Rifle. Yes, I know, the Bolt Action Rifle isn't really connected to the Trader. It's a weapon on itself and has nothing to do with the Trader really, but it is essential, you need it for the Trader. Because Trader does revolve a lot around hunting, and Bolt Action Rifle is the best weapon for hunting by far. If you don't have the Bolt Action Rifle, you will need to use a bow or something, but that will be way less efficient than having the bolt action. At the same time, we have the Hunting Wagon. The Hunting Wagon is really, really good, because it works similar to how the Bounty Wagon works, only with carcasses and animals. You can also save animals this way. If you get a legendary animal, for example, and you put it in the back of the Hunting Wagon, you can actually log off the game, get on the game again later on another day, and you will still have that legendary animal in the back of your hunting wagon saved. And with the hunting wagon, you can also get way more carcasses on it than you could on your horse. It's just an overall really good item that you need to have. It also works really well with a naturalist, because trader and naturalist works really well together. However, that is a whole another video. Next role on my list is the moonshiner role, and once again I had to take two different items, but these two are pretty similar. Hopefully that's fine. The two I've chosen is the condenser upgrade and the polished copper upgrade. And basically what this does is, when you start the moonshiner, you will have only weak moonshine you can produce. When you get to level 5 in the moonshiner role, you can then get the condenser upgrade, and what this does is it allows you to produce average moonshine. So you can produce better moonshine, equaling more money. And when you get the level 10 in the moonshiner role, you can then get the polished copper upgrade. And this then allows you to produce strong moonshine, which is even better. It will take a bit more time to produce than the weak moonshine, but it will be way more money in it because you're making better moonshine. Of course, it also depends on what flavor you have, but if you take a 2-star flavor and you also have strong moonshine, I promise you, you will earn quite a lot of money pretty quickly. To end the video, we have the naturalist role. And actually here I only have one item that I thought was pretty beneficial or essential to have, and that is of course the varmint rifle. Basically the whole naturalist thing revolves around the varmint rifle, because in the naturalist you're supposed to sedate animals and sample them and learn about animals. And the only gun in the game where you can sedate an animal and put sedate rounds into it is the varmint rifle. You do have to have it to do the naturalist role. If you don't have the varmint rifle, you cannot do the naturalist role. You cannot go through it. Varmint role is essential for the naturalist role. You can also say that the varmint sedate rounds is essential, but I would say it is the same as the varmint rifle. Those two are hand in hand with the naturalist. Also, the varmint rifle is good overall if you use it, for example, in the collector, because when there's collector eggs in top of trees, if you have the varmint rifle, you can actually shoot them down so you can collect them. If you shoot them down with something like a bolt action rifle, you will just destroy the collectible. So the varmint rifle is actually a must in different roles, but it is essential in the naturalist role. Anyway guys, this has been the 5 essential items needed for each role. And some more items since I couldn't choose which were better, but I hope that's fine, just more bonus items for you guys. If there are any more items you think players need for a role that I didn't cover in this video, let me know in the comments and we can have a chat. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this awesome guide, and if so, go downstairs and throw that like button into the wall so it turns blue.
Just relax!
And of course, don't forget to subscribe. That's all for today. I'll see you next week, lads. Farewell. Let's go. Huh?